Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Would it set up for pick potential? Because we get the Orianna in the end. Run me through FPX's comp because I understand the scaling here, but I want to know more about how it all comes together.
Yeah, that team fight.
Yeah, the Realm Warp's going to cut him off as well. The instant flash. Doomby going to match it here with the Rune Prison, the Shock Blast, Sonic Wave. Look at this play. Travel up river and give LNG first blood of the series.
Trade's going to be the Dragon on the other side, so the correct response by FPX, but Shallow just a little bit greedy there, right? You're playing Graves, you feel like you can easily take the Scuttle. You have to respect the fact that Donkey hits that level 6 point and now becomes that major threat, that ability.
How quickly does this end, guys, and how does he survive this? The wave about to drop down as well. Hail of Arrows needed the flash. Instant cleanse here from Light. Hung dodges up the turret for long enough, or rather tanks it. LWX with the last hit, and it's a kill. There's a Shockwave though, there's a curtain call. Arla coming in, trying to poke down, but FPX already have it. It's Lumao who makes the engage, but LNG scattered, might not matter. They get Gory on the wing. That's Doomby and Light who join in now. Cleared very far in the backline, but he takes out Lumao. The camera pans up to the top side because Xiao Lao, who is the next target with yet another Rune Prison. Doomby's Rise in a great position. Not to flash forward, but to follow up as Tarzan on top are cleared. The brothers look at each other once again. Maybe not brothers. Now the Sonic Waves come through. They know the jungle's down the bottom side, but Arlavis, Xiao Lao, who there's no mana on him. The flash forward. Solo Molo this time from Arla in the top side.
Arla finding the advantage, poking Xiao down, not giving him the time to sustain. No shield bow to block the burst. FPX is trying to go for this Dragon. We'll see what they can do.
Look at Light poke. The damage comes down. Clid secures it, but he might die for it as Doomby goes into melee range. It's given over to Lumao. FPX have the flash burn on their support as I'm about to die from coughing. Corey dies again. Tarzan's on top of this with the kickback for LWX. LNG have 4 members, and the Cow's going to take this up. Light with already 2 kills. Tarzan with another, and LNG as a unit are absolutely styling. Here with the team. Might have to cover another part. Xiao Lao who with the collateral damage, but going to get bullied against the wall. Kicked, hammered down. Tarzan and Doomby, they are brothers. Got a deep ward behind him from FPX, but he should back in time to get away from there, while LWX just needs to pick up the turret. And Orcs in pick and ban, we were talking.
And despite the movement from Doomby, he's still 20 steps off. He's still 2 levels up on Gory right now.
Uh-oh. The TP is going to be right on the Everfrost. It's missed time, though, from Doomby. He's into the backline as Hung's there, too. Doomby down. Mispositioning from LNG as Lumao now has to flash himself, but the curtain call is going to be the death entrance as the Shockwave comes through. It's only under 1 man, but it's the jungler of LNG. 1 by 1, the ants fall as Arla next to the wall wants the flash, but if you give them the gold, of course they're going to take it.
You know what? And I'm saying don't fight. What do I know? That's why I'm not an LPL team. They literally just find the window. We said that team fighting was good. The gold deficit seemed like it was massive, but LNG completely miscalculated.
Bring them together with those ults too. So we sit and brush as Hung actually goes way deep in the backline. Cleanse there on the flashless Varus. Won't matter because in a choke, you're up against LNG who have a Rise, who have a Jace. Too hard from FPX as a 5 versus 4 now looms. Xiao Lao, who has to get off this turret, wants to take it down before he does, though. That'll be the trade-off, instigating that they are going to give the Dragon in the
wave, right? You don't have the Jhin being able to hit your ultimate because there's people blocking it. Before we get to the replay, we're going to see LNG aggression answering that tier 1 in the mid lane. Now, Gory might be caught out.
What are you doing here? He flashes away. Arla almost taken down. The Shockwave brings him in, but Doomby there to bring him back home. That's my boy.
Fast.
Okay, well, can they get there? The clear tags it. Lumao goes over this man, both wise and above all others, but Lumao dead. Tarzan goes back in. I love he was in and out and decides it's Baron o'clock secured. 7k gold.
The Dragon, because they know FPX could get that soul. They want the fight to kick off. Lumao's looking for a potential engage opportunity. Keep the Dragon healthy, because FPX want to start lowering the health. Look for the engages, look for Lumao, look for Tarzan.
I'm ready to sing Breaking Free here from High School Musical. Tarzan gets the Dragon, no to cleared. Waiting for Lumao's engage, soul flare from Hung. He's just left stranded. Pulverized from Lumao, nothing happens. The curtain call comes through, and that's the Realm Warp into enemy lines. The Shockwave waiting for them though, but Tarzan healthy enough to Sonic Wave. And the explosion from Arla. Doomby running at them. This man, literally a fridge at this point, with all the ice cold adaptations. LNG bring us to a game 1 conclusion.
Huge win there. Only Home going to shut that time. Everyone else super far away. They have the Baron. They have 5 members. I don't think they're going to go for the game end right now. You can see them splitting up their resources, but they're going to do a ton of damage to this base. 8,000 gold ahead. Once again, Tarzan securing the dragon there. Critical play in FPX. Things are looking dire. Things are looking rough.
Well, it's been some good team fights, apart from the little throw we saw, the crazy moves from Doomby and kind of leading his team into disaster. LNG have looked in control.
For the expensive unit on this one, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't get back in trouble here, though.
Oh, hang on a minute, though. But Doomby, why is he not dead? The fridge continues to, I think it's not oscillate, but whatever happens when they go cold. Light's going to be the target here as Doomby's just out of range of the curtain call. You know, he's the whole fridge unit and more. We'll stop there, guys, because I think we've definitely cooled it down with the fridge analogy.
Oh,
but
played
LNG,
a bit. Oh my god,
little
no.
bit. Little bit.
Can't keep going there.
I can't. LNG going to end this one, though. Let's be real, Orcs. I mean, this game looks doomed, despite them trying to pick out Doomby. All inhibitors now down, and there's going to be an onslaught of minions running into this base very shortly.
Yeah, and you can see Ale and Light just playing at the back line from miles away, poking. And then it's these bulky, tanky units closer up. This is FPX last stand. They have to... Oh, my lord.
What stand?
A lot of damage.
They're already on the ground, Orcs. They're already falling over. The splash damage coming out of Doomby. He's pulling some chain lightning maneuvers as Hung absorbs that shock blast. But onto the next turret target. Again, going to be onto Arla, but a pulverize, a headbutt, a kick from Tarzan. He does it every time on Lee Sin. It's not even impressive anymore because it's all impressive. LNG's jungler leading the charge as usual, and LNG as a unit making FPX sit back in their place. They realm warp into the base. Tarzan dies too, but it looks fancy to make sure FPX lose morale after game 1.
Yeah, don't be signing LWX's Death Warrant at the end with that Realm Warp, getting his old teammate back, but a convincing win. LNG, one little mistake, we fear would definitely be a good tool to shut down all that engage, and it will get locked in.
The fact of a counter punch is pretty real. If Doomby can get a counter punch here,
up on the top side, you would get invaded, you get threatened. And he's kind of just left Jallahu in a little bit of a rough spot. This is the expectation, right? Both solo and his prio. Easy dive.
Please save me, Shala, who's screaming to the wind while at half HP. He already seems doomed. Personal space with a hook shot, wall shot, knocked back, and Tarzan again. King of the jungle for first blood.
But it's still not ideal.
I mean, forced out of lane a little bit there. You can see Arla's heavy trades, and Shala, who goes back to base, walking through up. You can see 10 CS lead already building up. Tarzan wants to rinse and repeat while Dragon's being done. Doomby moving to the top side. He now has himself the ulti in hand. That Shadow Surge, it connects, and it's all over as Gory's actually going to be spotted out. Sonic Wave for the level 4 Lee Sin. Shadow Surge connects. Personal space at the ready. A bit of doom and gloom to satisfy your day. Doomby with the auto to finish it off. And the solo lanes are at...
Big engage potential coming in from LNG. 5v5 on the Herald.
Still no Solar Flare available. Looking for Doomby here. Going to use the personal space. Hung gets a flash down. The concussive blows with the Glacial Fisher. Loom out. No flash to conclude as Shadow Surge being used from Doomby into the backline. He goes on in, but this is what we talked about. The Wombo in, immediate 2 kills down. And
at the end of the day, pretty convincing win for the side of FPX, and now a pretty sizable lead for them.
Well, Gory might be getting bullied here, but LNG turning the fight around. On top of Clid, he gets feared, and after Bloom going through, Tarzan jumping in once again. It's Clid who flashes away, but the Diana getting help from Powder into the backline. Clid now survives long enough to get another kill. He picks up a double. Thank you so much, LWX. At 11 minutes in, 2 Dragons to FPX as well. This is what we wanted to see. They got themselves rolling, and now with a heck work away at the next one, but guys, look at the gold value. It's not a clock, by the way. There's been people in chat I've been talking to over the past couple of days. It is not a clock. It is a gold coin. As Arla and Shallahu are not going to get a 1v1. It's Clip coming in. That's unfair. Arla gets whopped to the face by a big Moon Silver Blade. And while that's going on, FPX are free hitting the turret topside. No threat as Lumao goes on in. The Solar Flare down as well. But even though you exhaust LWX, why are you fighting this?
What?
It's a Jinx who gets excited. And for Light, he's just like, thanks so much, Lumel. I'll stand here and try and order.
How do you win that, right? It's like, okay, how does Light do damage? Well, he has to fire Mystic Shots, a skill shot. What does Braum do best of all champions is block stuff, and he just doesn't do any damage.
We're going to try and do this. There's the Everfrost, the Moonlight Vigil. Sorry, the Moonfall does come down. Follows through on top of Gory. Doomby going all the way through. Gory dodges away. Now onto Cleared. Sonic Wave and the Respite comes through. It's a shutdown, a kill for kill. As the hero's entrance from Gory reignites it. But Tarzan jumping back in. He wants Shallow. He flashes forward on top of Gory. But for Tarzan, maybe too ambitious. He knew he was dead. He looks for a Hexgate or something. But it was ballsy. And for LNG, they have to move back into River.
Oh my god, that was some great Hexgate usage. I'm still going.
Lumel's actually going in. True Shot Barrage line through. He buys time, but Hung doing the same thing. And now you get a reset on top of the Jinx. Clid's ulti doesn't do too much, and Light's still alive. But for Tarzan, he's trying to survive against this Camille. No hope. I guess they want to take this one to a game 3 pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if the goal disparity wasn't as big, that could have gone a bit more in favor. It's actually a nice kick coming out from Tarzan to knock the Diana away, because if that ulti connected, it would have been a lot more disastrous. But LNG, they're just forcing. They're like, okay, we got outscaled, we're losing team fights. What's our option? Let's try and just fight now, fight fast. And it is failing again and again. Lumel, 0 time with his stopwatch. But obviously, Hung just the exact same. Then what's played right? Tarzan, this is how this team comp wants to function. It's doing it so well.
Bye, Arla. Have a nice trip back to the Nexus. 0-2 on the top laner now, too. And FPX everywhere.
This Diana, and I think you actually just have to back away from this. So they're trying to cross map. Oh,
they are trying. On top of Clid, he's going to buy time. Shadow Surge used. True Shot Barrage perfectly timed with the Moonfall. With the Galley ulti as well. Gory healthy enough. Clid at half HP. There's Powder. LNG are still trying for this one, though, but they're not getting any damage down. At this point, Light's turned on as well. Clid is going to cleave him a little bit. TP, the flash, Light's the next target. He's dead too.
TP cancelled.
LNG are regretting this move. Oh my god, GG, go next. Where's Iwandi?
Tarzan just gates out. He's like, nah, man, I'm gating straight to game 3. I'm out. If you look at the scoreboard.
That's true. Predator Phage. Who knew?
What?
I mean, he's got Conqueror. So how does he have Predator too?
Where are the yellow boxes, right? We've seen them since we had the changes on 12-1. Where are the yellow boxes? I want to see some of them as well. Some interesting errors.
You know, like, for some reason, I think it was, what was the coolest mythic we saw? Like, something like a core. You've got to treat this competitively. LNG are getting stomped, and it's really good to see here from FPX, a team that's recovered well after game number 1. Now, for LNG, they're going to die trying here as they walk into River, and it's about Tarzan if you get the kickback, but Soul's been taken, and now they're too close. Doomby by himself, great 4-man fear, but he's, of course, going to die. And Shallow, who sets up for a huge orb. That's Fori rolling in. Remember the Warriors video for 2020 or 2021 ranked season. That's the size of this Galio now. Light does something, but the rest of the team is dead. You know what?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you
and
one
it's
thing.
Such a fast Baron.
You talked a little bit earlier. You want to see an international tournament with the bottom 4 teams of each region. Baron's going to start here. Hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in the back of your mind. That's what Orcs was talking about. Maybe we can try and invent it after this. A Baron steal would flip the game. Now, FPX have done this so many times before. As Shallow, who goes in the back line, it's Lumel who's drawing his attention. The ult from LWX is huge, but Tarzan is waiting for the 50-50. Doomby keeping them away from his jungler, and the Shadow Surge comes through. FPX are low. Lumel can't go back on in, and Doomby does. FPX are the ones with 3. And as they group up in this top side, Arla's just trying to poke down those members that we talked about that are fed with bounties. And FPX finally forced their way through an inner turret in this top side. LNG grouping up it. Over the wall, Shallow, who feeling ambitious as ever, as Gory's now joined the play. TP being burned, LNG didn't have 5 members, but they are not fighting on even terms. Even though FPX have been slow, they're still 7,000 gold ahead. LWX takes a brunt of damage as the Hexgate is taken by Arla, but they saw him. They saw him. They know he's somewhere. Predator being used. Arla now turning onto Gory, but the rest of LNG are coming in behind him. Arla dead though. Hexgates can be absolutely in.
Man, That's Jace from Arcane using the
Oh
Hex Gate. Oh, fight
no,
breaking out.
Doomby missed the Shadow Surge. He's dead and doesn't even get a chance to use his on his Hourglass. So that's how LNG lose. They're kind of the masters of their own demise. And that was just such a crappy way to lose this game.
What the hell was that? Tarzan, run! Run, man! Keep going!
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Does he kill Gory? No. No. They're running through mid. Guys, we're going to game 3.
I can't believe Jace from Arcane failing to use his own Hex Gate, his own invention. Just disastrous. It is just the nail in the coffin for a game
That's
where
true.
LNG...
He invented those. That's
He
true.
literally invented...
No, sorry, it's Arla, but same feeling. Yes. Fiora versus Graves. Thank God we have something different, and more importantly, an Arla specialty. Now you.
but ultimately not looking too much pressure for now. Just an all-in.
They
Good
did
here.
get cleared. He's level 3. Lumao's already flashed away straight onto the support. It's going to be an early burst blood, but cleared. The Ignite's down. Light's trying to hit him. Jungler trade is big, and it's Light who picks it up as LWX at half HP. Light and Tarzan chasing on up. Rooted down. Light flashes forward. The zap dodged away by LWX. And it's one to Doomby. He'll love that after his start.
Yeah, we've seen Jala who did the exact same thing
Oh
going
my
for
god.
that. Oh,
They're happening again. The Zap got LWX. He has no substance apart from that cleanse, but it won't matter. They return again and getting excited on Hung. 3 kills on Jinx. I see the light.
Played is trying to come down and fix the mess he left earlier.
X-Flash from Lumao. Gonna spot out Clip now. Dredge line's in. It's 3 versus 2 for now, but look at Light. I mean, this Jinx is gonna get the reset once again onto Hung. Give him the 4th kill. Thank you so much. A Tarzan there, and
Who's a member. LNG going to quickly transition this into the first dragon. Only 6 minutes 30, so setting themselves up for potential early soul. Really solid start.
it's huge. The fact that LNG in this final game is
V1, bodies trading evenly. To play towards your strong Jinx, and if anything goes wrong, you have a backup plan.
good call, because that's exactly what he's doing. Realm Walk coming down, Hung in a lot of trouble. Tarzan doesn't even kick that one as Doomby flashes away, but the root down on and a Gale Force. So first item complete on the Rift. And as Hung goes in, bit of a Hilla Hung moment as jumping forward as well. Lumao, Kailstorm's on top of him. He gets exploded. Now it's up to Doomby and Light to bring the fight back, but counter this gold lead immediately.
Absolutely, and Tarzan's there to help defend, but they
They're
will
trying
look
to
to dive.
But Tarzan, yeah, you're right. The counter punch is absolutely huge on top of Clint, who flashes away. The ulti from LWX, but Tarzan still in. The kick away, not enough damage. Tarzan dies to Clint, and Hung lives on.
He's there to keep Hung in range, but just doesn't do quite enough damage with the burner take him down. The level up help him as well. Now, we see LNG secure that second dragon, and Light will pick...
Fine Thunder and has been doing pretty well within the lane. It's a flash forward from Doomby's depth charge as well. They're forcing this. LNG want in, but Doomby getting low. Ignited down with LWX. Forward he goes to the Super Mega Death Rocket. Right, Hung's the one who's going to dredge line in. His depth charge available too. On top of Arla, he's used it on the Fiora. It's countered, and Hung goes down immediately. Cleared right in the middle, but a good Moonlight Vigil. LWX on top of Lumao. He's flashing away, but that's the damage source. Shallow walks into River, but Soul Point now acquired as Tarzan sacrifices his life. It's Doomby with the Realm Warp out of there. Second last day before LPL goes to the 14th-day break. That's right, a breakers. Hang on, Hung has decided this is going to be a big one, but he's caught out and dead. Supports this series, man. Not sure what's going on as Light has to back away with the dash, and Clip still going in with the Crescent Guard already burnt. Doomby chunked out Lumao as well. Front facing as the gravity field locks him in play. And I don't know. The LNG, Gory as well, and LWX is huge. Lumao flashes in, Gory burns his own. That's mid for support as Dragon now spawns, and LNG just going to give it up in the hopes of opening the map through mid.
Blue team is slain.
Yep, and that's the thing is that they don't need to commit for that. They're going to head towards the top side and I think go for the tower. Not quite fast enough to go for the Baron. But I like the decision, right? You don't need to flip the fight on the Dragon. That's the security you have by having 3 in the pocket. Absolutely getting Chem Soul would be great, but there's a lot of risks involved. If you don't get the Dragon and then you also lose the fight, that is game over.
Oh, Light just flashed.
You see,
Light
Light
just
actually
flashed.
yeah.
Yeah, he was hidden away at the Grom. Sorry.
Build where I want to be able to function in team fights because it might be necessary.
Lumao. So the question is
No
how.
comment.
The question is how I felt there was 3 items versus the G. As, okay, grand challenge.
But this might be
onto
the window.
Shalahu. That's big for Arla. He needs to kill this. Graves collateral damage over the wall. One more pop slows him down. On the backside, we're seeing that solo kill, but for the rest of FPX, they're getting hit hard. Tarzan doing good, and Light re-firing. All of a sudden, we come back, and the Phoenix is in ashes again.
They managed to find it. LWX gets his 2,000th kill, but he doesn't get his 2001 kill. Substantial here.
Whoa.
The Hung go down. That allows the reset, and this is a critical moment. Tarzan with a beautiful kick, but now they're on the Baron.
Yeah, and Clid's here, and they're getting low. And for LNG, they turn for the jungle, but Clid's in the pit, but he's dead before he can get the smite down. Tarzan secures, and all of a sudden we go from replay to fight to replay to fight, and the game feels diddly done.
You have to kill him 3 times. It's a little bit difficult to deal with. Not exactly fun to go up against. You have the tank Doinby. This Lee Sin is obviously bulky. Arle is unstoppable, and they are just walking these waves in, fishing for a window.
Okay.
I mean, look at bot lane. You can see in the bottom left.
Yeah, dude. Shalahu having a rough time of it, man. And Soulflake goes in. The finishing touches trying to be applied. Tarzan gets out before the Chemtech even comes into it. Doinby right into the middle of the tank rise again. So successful. Ladies and gentlemen, as the inhibitor goes down, LNG one step away from remaining undefeated in the LPL. LWX going forward. He thinks he has the Chemtech soul, but unfortunately he's dead for good as Light runs forward. And LNG, the finishing touch is getting applied sooner than we think. A long series, but LNG moved to the top. The first team in the LPL, 5-0. How's that one on for size?
And what a way to do it. Doinby against his old team, managing for a convincing turnaround. Yes, game 2 a little bit rough, but game 3, there were moments. Absolutely, there were moments, but we saw Arle doing what he does best, scaling up in the side lane. We saw Tarzan being